Hey you, welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
I'm wife.
And together we're reading the Bible.
Starting with Genesis and eventually ending with Revelations, we're working through every book and offering our atheist 2 cents.
Or shekels.
Yeah, those. We're asking questions and pointing out all the nonsense.
We aren't academics or scholars.
Nope. In fact, when it comes to religion, we really don't know anything at all.
What we've learned so far is that God's a dick.
Oh, he really is, isn't he? If you're interested in how we reached this startling conclusion, maybe start from episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in anywhere. It's all good.
Yep. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened last week? We even did a Q&A.
Oh, it was about gonorrhea and shit.
Well, okay, not specifically, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was about discharge.
It was about discharge, which turns out was gonorrhea.
Right.
Some of which. And what else?
I don't know.
The Day of Atonement.
The scapegoat. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
So that was last week.
That's
that was Leviticus chapters 15 and 16. And then we did a Q&A.
That was kind of fun.
That was fun.
I enjoyed that.
We're going to do that again. So whatever questions we have from this episode, we'll answer on Tuesday.
Yeah, and if you guys have any questions that you come up with, make sure you get them to us before Sunday at 5 p.m.
Eastern.
And we'll try to work them into our show.
Or if you have answers for us.
Yeah. I mean, because we're really dumb about this shit.
I mean, so dumb.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, if we fuck something up, totally let us know.
Yeah. So this week we are doing Leviticus chapters 17 and 18.
All right. Well, let's get on with it.
Okay.
Hey, wife.
Yes, husband.
Did you know that we are now on Patreon?
Yes, because you told me, but also, no, tell me more.
So we're on Patreon now.
Are we?
We are. And our supporters can go there and support us, and we have multiple levels all the way up to You Killed God.
That sounds really drastic and escalated quickly-ish.
Well, no, there's multiple levels before there. So it escalates on a sliding scale of, cheap to not cheap.
Oh.
But, we can definitely use any amount. So, like, any support is always appreciated.
So what exactly is Patreon?
It's a place where you can show your support for our podcast. And
just our podcast?
Any podcast or any performer. But, we're the ones that, you're listening to right now. So maybe you should, support us. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. But we love you anyway.
So all you got to do is go to Patreon, look up Sacrilegious Discourse. It's actually patreon.com/Sacrilegious Discourse is our actual main page there. So head on over and send us some love.
Yeah. Okay. So we are doing Leviticus chapter 17, which is called One Place of Sacrifice.
Just one place?
Just one.
Okay.
Just the one.
All right. Just want to make sure.
Mm-hmm. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Give the following instructions to Aaron and his sons and all the people of Israel. This is what the Lord has commanded. If any native Israelite sacrifices a bull or a lamb or a goat anywhere inside or outside the camp, instead of bringing it to the entrance of the tabernacle to present it as an offering to the Lord, that person will be as guilty as a motherfucking murderer."
What? So it's only okay to slaughter things in the tabernacle.
Or at the tabernacle, by the tabernacle.
And God forbid you decide you just, fuck it, it's too long of a walk. Let's just slaughter this thing here. You're fucked.
You are a fucking murderer.
Yeah.
You kill people.
But you can beat a slave.
Yeah.
I mean, that's okay.
Or rape women.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
But don't kill a bull.
Don't kill your own animals that belong to you.
Don't kill it outside of the tabernacle. But in the tabernacle, it's okay. Just not outside of it.
Not in your own backyard, for God's sake.
What are you thinking?
Oh my God, you're as bad as a murderer.
Yeah.
You might as well be a murderer.
I mean, Jesus.
So to speak. Such a person has shed blood and will be cut off from the community.
Oh, they're just cut off, not like killed or anything.
They can go live in the leper colony.
You light the wrong fucking fire and you die, but you slaughter a bull and consider it a murder and you just get cut off. Okay, but I don't really get the whole like levels of how bad this shit is. The
punishment does not always seem to fit the crime.
I'm like, what the fuck?
The purpose of this rule is to stop the Israelites from sacrificing animals in the open fields. No, you know what it was?
Fucking problem.
It wasn't to stop them from sacrificing in the open fields. It was to stop them from sacrificing to other gods.
Well, yeah.
That's what it was. That's what it was about. You can only do it here where we can see that you are doing it to our one God that we love best, even though he's a dick.
Well, since we don't believe in God, we just go out in the cornfield and slaughter bulls all the time, don't you know?
Well, that is not what I do. And now that I know that you do, I think we have some things to discuss after this recording is over.
Shit.
It will ensure that they bring their sacrifices to the priest at the entrance of the tabernacle, so he can present them to the Lord as peace offerings. Then the priest will be able to splatter the blood against the Lord's altar at the entrance of the tabernacle.
To have peace offerings with the word splattering blood in the same,
I know.
Anywhere near each other is just ridiculous.
It really is. And he will burn the fat as a pleasing aroma to the Lord. The people must no longer be unfaithful to the Lord by offering sacrifices to the goat idols.
I thought they took care of that when they slaughtered those 3,000 people when they fucking made that golden
Clearly
calf.
not if they're still making rules about stop worshipping other gods.
Especially, what's this goat idol? I don't know anything about a goat idol.
I don't know.
It's the first I've heard about a goat idol.
Well, apparently there were goat idols.
It was a calf when Aaron made it.
Yeah, it was a golden calf.
So what's this fucking goat idol thing?
Apparently it's other gods that they sacrificed animals to.
All right.
I don't know. I'd have to look that shit up. Maybe.
Well, now we can.
Now we have a question for our Q&A.
Yeah, there you go.
What the fuck is a goat idol? This is a permanent law for them to be observed from generation to generation.
Until they don't have to slaughter anything anymore.
Right.
Later.
But I wonder if there are butchers out there who are Jewish.
Oh.
Right?
Well, but they would only slaughter cows, generally speaking. Like, bulls don't.
But they're not supposed to be slaughtering any animal unless it's at the tabernacle.
I thought it just said bulls.
I don't know. Did it?
I mean, that's what I thought it said.
Oh, I thought it said animals. A bull, a lamb, a goat.
Oh, okay. So.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, as long as you're not slaughtering a lamb or a goat.
And you don't think a butcher would have any of those things?
Probably. They would have a lamb, yeah. And maybe goats, too.
Yeah.
But
probably.
Yeah.
So I wonder
that'd be an issue.
Yeah. I don't know how they deal with that.
Yeah.
If you know of Jewish butchers, please let us know how they get around this little Bible rule.
Right, yeah.
Give them this command as well. If any native Israelite or foreigner living among you offers a burnt offering or a sacrifice, but does not bring it to the entrance of the tabernacle to offer it to the Lord, that person will be cut off from the community.
They just don't like these things being done outside the tabernacle, huh?
No, they want to be all up in your business.
Yeah.
The eating of blood forbidden. Don't be eating blood.
Yeah, totally.
Ready?
Yeah.
And if any native Israelite or foreigner living among you eats or drinks blood in any form, I will turn against that person and cut him off from the community of your people. For the life of the body is in its blood. I wonder how communion...
Right?
I wonder if this is related
that's
to
a
that.
Good question.
Yeah.
Because technically you're partaking in Jesus' body, right? Or something like that.
The blood of Christ.
Yeah.
And
the wine's like the blood of Christ, right?
Yeah, and the bread is the body.
So, yeah, they said don't do it, but then they tell us to do it as part of the religious ceremonies. So.
And then, but we're supposed to believe that God never changes his mind and that he's always the same throughout.
But we all know that's bullshit.
That is goat shit. I have given you the blood on the altar to purify you, making you right with the Lord. It is the blood given in exchange for a life that makes purification possible. That is why I have said to the people of Israel, you must never eat or drink blood, neither you nor the foreigners living among you. No vampires here, motherfucker.
Who are they to speak for the foreigners living among them? Like, they don't even worship your God if they're foreigners, right?
Well, then they need to get the fuck out. They're saying, if you are going to live here, you better not drink or eat blood. I want to know how you eat blood. Like, do you freeze it? Seriously.
Like a popsicle,
A bloodsicle. Blood pop. Yeah, I love it. And if any native Israelite or foreigner living among you goes hunting and kills an animal or bird that is approved for eating, he must drain its blood and cover it with earth. The life of every creature is in its blood. That is why I have said to the people of Israel, you must never eat or drink blood, for the life of any creature is in its blood. Again.
It sounds so like Wiccan or something, doesn't it?
It really does. Like New Age.
The life force is in the blood, and it must be brought back to the earth. And,
right? Like
what? Blood
oaths. And, you slice your hand so that you can bleed over your pot so that, So whoever consumes blood will be cut off from the community. And if any native-born Israelites or foreigners eat the meat of an animal that died naturally or was torn up by wild animals, they must wash their clothes and bathe themselves in water. They will remain ceremonially unclean
until evening.
But then they will be clean. But if they do not wash their clothes and bathe themselves, they will be punished for their sin. The end.
All right. That was all very interesting.
That was very bloody.
Yeah.
I say.
Yeah.
I say, don't eat any blood, motherfuckers.
All right. Well, are we ready to head on to the next section, or?
Yeah, Leviticus chapter 18. Here we come.
We'll see you guys in a second.
Okay, chapter 18. Acts of Immorality Forbidden.
Ooh, this sounds like a fun chapter.
Yeah. I wonder what they consider immoral.
Jeez. Who knows? Who's fucking walking on the wrong side of the road?
Then the Lord said to Moses, give the following instructions to the people of Israel. I am the Lord your God. So do not act like the people in Egypt where you used to live, or like the people of Canaan where I am taking you. You must not imitate their way of life. You must obey all my regulations and be careful to obey my decrees. For
why does he?
I am the Lord your God.
Why does he only care about this one group of people?
I don't know.
It doesn't really make any sense to me.
I don't know. They're his chosen people.
I mean, he's like the one true God, but then sometimes there's gods, but then he doesn't care about any of the other people on the earth. So,
no,
just what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. If you obey my decrees and regulations, you will find life through them. Awesome. I am the Lord.
I am the Lord.
I'm the Lord.
I am Groot.
You win. Okay, here we go. You must never have sexual relations with a close relative, for I am the Lord.
I mean, that's a good, fair rule.
Yeah, incest bad,
for
right. I am the
Except
Lord.
Except for that one time when, earlier in the Bible.
When the girl did a hop on pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently that was okay.
Yeah.
Because, you got to have a male heir.
You got to.
You have to. That's very, very fucking important.
That totally overrides any of the incest clauses.
And besides, that was before God talked to Moses on Mount Sinai, so it's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Yep. Do not violate your father by having sexual relations with your mother. For God's sakes. She is your mother. You must not have sexual relations with her.
They literally invented motherfucker.
Oh my gosh. Do not have sexual relations with any of your father's wives.
Any of his wives?
Any of them.
None of them.
For this would violate your father. That's why.
Right.
Not because it's wrong to do that to all those.
But I mean, if he's being greedy, he's got a big old harem,
Share, Pops.
Yeah, right? Like, what if he's got all the women in the area? Like, dude, no.
You realize he's like talking to guys. Because women couldn't possibly enjoy sex.
Yeah.
Right?
Obviously.
Right. Do not have sexual relations with your sister or half-sister. Whether she is your father's daughter or your mother's daughter.
Right.
Whether she was born into your household or someone else's. Okay?
Okay.
Don't fuck your sister. Do not have sexual relations with your granddaughter, whether she is your son's daughter or your daughter's daughter, for this would violate your self.
Yeah.
Don't fuck your granddaughter.
Yeah.
Oh my
totally.
God.
I'm good, again, good advice.
Good advice.
Yeah.
I'm down with this chapter.
This is good stuff.
I find it like odd. I mean, I understand that I am socially geared to already find incest grody. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure how much of this is just me versus how much of this is humans don't like it. But I find it very sad and disturbing that they had to actually spell out, don't fuck your mom, don't fuck your sister, don't fuck your granddaughter.
Right. And again, I still have trouble figuring out how this works on a Sunday school level.
Right.
So,
right. That is a very fine question. Well, I'm sure they don't use the F word.
Right.
Do not have sexual relations with your stepsister, the daughter of any of your father's wives, for she is your sister. I mean, technically. I don't know. I'd give that one a wink and a nod. Do not have sexual relations with your father's sister, for she is your father's close relative. Don't fuck your aunt. Don't fuck your aunt. Do not have sexual relations with your mother's sister, for she is your mother's close relative. No aunt fucking.
Yeah, no aunt fucking.
Do not violate your uncle, your father's brother, by having sexual relations with his wife, for she is your aunt. Still. Yeah. No aunt fucking still.
They're just covering every which way here.
I know. Do not have sexual relations with your daughter-in-law. She is your son's wife, so you must not have sexual relations with her.
Right.
Well, I know that you were thinking about fucking your daughter-in-law, so it's the Bible that's holding you back, right, husband?
Not even a little bit.
That's just so gross and disturbing.
Yeah.
Do not have sexual relations with your brother's wife, for this would violate your brother.
Sorry. No.
Do not have sexual relations with both a woman and her daughter. It took me a second. I was like, what?
No menage a trois there.
No. Don't do it.
Yeah.
And do not take her granddaughter.
Especially at the same time.
Whether her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter, and have sexual relations with her. They are close relatives, and this would be a wicked act.
It would be wicked.
If you're fucking this one woman, that's fine. But then if you are like, the next night, like, that was fun. I wonder if she has any other relatives. You can't fuck any of them.
Got it. Yeah.
So it's not necessarily saying, like, at the same time. Just, like, once you fuck that one, don't be fucking any of the other ones related to her.
Yeah. Okay.
Which, I mean, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, some of this is good stuff. It's just that
they had to spell it out
this is in the Bible.
This is the Bible we're reading.
This is still, God's word, apparently.
Yeah.
Not just rules to live by, but God's word.
Yeah.
God spelled this out to humans.
God said, don't be a motherfucker.
I find this very hard to believe.
And,
I mean,
right.
just in general, but,
Right. This part is really disturbing to me,
right.
While your wife is living, do not marry her sister and have sexual relations with her, for they would be rivals. Didn't that already happen?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, because the one guy that wanted the one sister, but he had to marry the other one.
Was it Jacob?
Yeah, I think it was Jacob, and he had to work for 7 years then he tricked him. And
wasn't one of those girls named Zipporah?
I don't know. Now you're getting too far above my.
But it was Jacob, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. That was all okay.
I guess it was, but God didn't like it so much.
So maybe he wrote the rule after, because again, this is
we learned about incest
pre-Moses versus post-Moses.
Right. Well, that didn't go down so well. Them women were bitches at each other's throats. Better make a rule about that one.
Right, yeah.
Not a Ten Commandments kind of rule,
right?
But
just a
law book
permanent rule.
Right. Do not have sexual relations with a woman during her period of menstrual impurity.
They already covered that. Although it's just 7 days of whatever.
Impurity.
Yeah.
She's impure. She's a piece of shit. Sometimes she's a piece of shit, and sometimes she's a bleeding piece of shit. Do not defile yourself by having sexual intercourse with your neighbor's wife. Do not permit any of your children to be offered as a sacrifice to Molech.
To what?
Molech? Molech?
What the fuck is that?
For you must not bring shame on the name of your God. I am the Lord.
What the fuck is Molech?
What's a Molech?
I guess we have another question.
Is this another god?
I don't.
Is this the goat god?
I don't know, but that's very. I mean, like that's just
it's
out
just
of nowhere.
Like out of the blue.
Yeah,
like,
Molech. Hey, Molech, what's up?
Like,
no sacrificing to you, though.
No fucking this, no fucking that, no fucking this. And don't sacrifice to Molech.
Maybe it's that goat idol they were talking about in the other section.
I literally just said, is that the goat god?
I don't listen very well, so.
I noticed, because you're always, like, cutting me off and stuff. Like, talking over me.
I know.
And, like, I'll make a joke, but you were so intent on laughing at your own joke that you don't hear me.
Yeah, but I go back and listen to the episodes, and then I hear you, and then I feel bad.
You should.
Yeah,
Do you really feel bad?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, good. What do you mean sometimes?
I mean...
When you do it?
Yeah.
You just rolled your eyes. I don't believe you.
Let's go on with this episode.
I'm going to sacrifice you to Molech, all right?
Right.
Do not practice homosexuality, having sex with another man as with a woman. It is a detestable sin.
So there it is. It's
there
actually
it is.
said, like, right in the Bible.
That's
horrible.
That is horrible. And just to, like, be clear... That is one of the most deplorable ones, and we are allies of the LGBTQ plus community, and I do not ascribe to the don't be homosexual part of the Bible.
I mean, I think they probably would have guessed that about us.
But just in case, like,
our other views, so.
Just in case somebody else is just stepping in, I never want anybody to think that I would be the person that would say, yeah, don't be gay. Like, right. No.
Well, it's one of our major hang-ups with the Bible and religion in general.
Right.
Jesus, I can't talk. I'm like stuttering.
Yeah, it's fine. Gay is fine. Yeah. And Bible bad.
Yeah.
Gay good, Bible bad. Got it. A man must not... I don't like this. A man must not defile himself by having sex with an animal. And a woman must not offer herself to a male animal to have intercourse with. This is a perverse act.
I mean, I'm down with that. That one I agree with.
No animal fucking.
Yeah.
No goat fucking.
I don't see how that helps anybody, and
yeah.
And I don't think that the animal consents to that.
The animal does not consent. I can assure you, the animal does not consent. Do not defile yourselves in any of these ways, for the people I am driving out before you have defiled themselves in all these ways. Ooh.
Dang.
There was some serious incest and goat fucking going on.
Yeah, apparently there was all kinds of debauchery.
Damn. Because the entire land has become defiled, I am punishing the people who live there. I will cause the land to vomit them out.
Vomit them out?
Vomit them out.
Okay.
The land's gonna throw up.
Yeah.
And all them bitches gonna fly. You must obey all my decrees and regulations. You must not commit any of these detestable sins. This applies both to native-born Israelites and to the foreigners living among you. All these detestable activities are practiced by the people of the land where I am taking you, and this is how the land has become defiled. So, do not defile the land and give it a reason to vomit you out, as it will vomit out the people who live there now. Whoever commits any of these detestable sins will be cut off from the community of Israel. So, obey my instructions and do not defile yourselves by committing any of these detestable practices that were committed by the people who lived in the land before you. I am the Lord your God. The end.
You know, he has to name drop every time he talks to people.
Don't forget, I'm God.
Yeah, I'm God.
Just in case
you forgot.
I mean, I am God.
I don't know why you would forget. He's God, but apparently he's forgettable.
Oh, hey, I'm God.
And then they go and worship goats and stuff, and like they're like, I don't know, whatever.
Well, I was thinking X, Y, and Z, but you know, I'm God.
Right. I just got to say it once at least in this section. God's a dick.
God is a dick.
You know all that shit with the gay stuff.
Yeah.
Because that was not okay. Like the homosexuality being banned, that's not okay.
That's not okay. You could do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Love is love.
God's a dick.
God's a dick.
All right.
Yeah.
I think we're done.
All
right. Yeah, we'll see you guys on Tuesday. And get those questions into us by whatever time. 5 p.m. Eastern.
Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. Oh, and we have a new ending, so hang tight and listen to it.
Yeah. Also, if you know who Molech is, you can email us about that too.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you guys.
All right.
All right,
Bye.
we'll see ya.
Husband.
Yeah, wife.
It's the end, so we should say all the things.
We definitely should say all the things.
What things should we say?
So we want people to get a hold of us, and there's ways that they can do that.
So one of those ways I know is email. What's that email address?
sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com.
And they should do that by 5 Eastern on Sundays if they want their question to be included in our new Tuesday Q&A episodes every week.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to hearing from some of our fans, for sure.
Yeah.
They can also get a hold of us on social media. And we have Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest. Probably the easiest way would be through Twitter at sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts still.
Yes, still.
Still.
I guess.
Or dum-dum or doo-doo.
Yeah, wherever you want to go with that, I guess.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have all those things and they should go there.
Yeah, they should.
Okay. And then also, what else should they do?
They should, review us on Apple Podcasts, because that really, really helps us out. And, if you are on any other podcasting app, just hit a heart or a like thing or something.
A thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Nice.
Whatever the hell it is, just do it. Okay?
Just do it.
All right. I think that's all we got.
Oh, you know what? I have one more thing.
Oh, she's got one more thing.
Thank you so much, guys, for listening and choosing us to spend your time with. We really appreciate you all, and you are definitely top shelf.
Yeah, honestly, it makes us smile just about every day.
Yep.